Part 2. R6. Let's go. Wait a second. Portal in the West Fire Shrine lies dormant. The last commander crumples to the ground. As he dies, the sound of roaring flame can be heard from the West Fire Shrine. I'm gonna go do that. And get another crack at this and hope it doesn't bug. Alright, let's reset it. We're still going for R6, because we were doing fine in R6 until it bugged on us. Oh, nope, 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 nope. Oh, interesting. Yeah, it's too much. I can't handle it. I can't heal through it. Didn't die to a circle. Wait, is that double vengeance? Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Got screwed. Air Elemental, I got a pack with a Vengeance Reaper on it, someplace where I couldn't retreat from. I get body blocked by stuff, and I can't jump over, because if I jump, I go like 50 feet in the air, and can't do any damage. And the Air Elementals kicked me into a second Vengeance Reaper, so yeah. Right, there we go. Back to electric, because we have 100 more electric spell power. Over there. No dudes down there. Vengeance Reaper in there. Got body blocked. Is there a ranged dude somewhere? Oh, there's a bunch of ranged dudes. Oh, crippling hit is bad. I played this incorrectly. Okay. I need to stand and deliver more there. In any case, we're fine. We're fine. Everything is fine. Nothing is wrong. Everything is fine. It's always been fine. Come here, Cookie. Okay, yes, the cook is down. These are warriors and stuff. No big deal. No big deal. Yeah, pop a little heal on ourselves. So the risk here is that they do their jumping attack and land behind me and like body block me in. Something like that, yeah. Yeah. They're listening to me for strategies, apparently. We're just gonna burn this guy down. He's not that big a threat when he's on his own. Miss, miss, blur, hit, miss, blur, blur, dodge. Yeah. We only have like 200 PRR and 100 MRR, but we've got a lot of avoidance. Up. Alright, I'm pretty sure it's the Temple Clerics who are the ones who do the drain, so we will prioritize them if we run into a case where we are fighting groups and we're out of charges on our death ward. But I find it funny that the last run was effectively killed by that early death. Because that early death lost us a charge of Death Ward, and not having Death Ward is what eventually killed us. Oh, that's double despair. We probably want to fight that closer to the res shrine. You know, no big deal. We didn't need to be close to the shrine at all. We just, you know, kind of had two despairs walk at us, and then we killed them, and everything was fine. I am liking this build's ability to do that, to just be like, oh, okay, and then, like, just go on with life. I haven't played an Eldritch Knight at all before, and I'm really liking the flexibility. And, you know, the power. That's a Plague Reaper. For some reason I thought it was Carnage. It's okay. I can go long enough between times of getting hit that I can still heal up. Or I can just turn it to gold for a bit. Temple Guards. I think I alerted them with the clapping of my ass cheeks. I hate it when that happens. Because I am, of course, dummy thick. That's what everyone says about me. Anyone who's ever met me, that's their first response. It's like, man, he is dummy thick. Oh, we got ads. So we're going to back off around our corner. Can't find something suitable for first life. I think two-handed fighting would be more suitable. Also, I'll get rid of that spam bot as soon as I'm not dying. Also, welcome Stormwolf. I think that, well, I am intelligence-based on this build. I think you will be better served being strength-based on a first life. Ban. Okay. Mostly because as a first life, you won't have Harper available to you. And while yes, you can get int to hit from your Eldritch Knight tree, it just makes things a little bit trickier. That said, I don't know how well this build works as a first life because I've only tried it here as a multi-lifer. Like, I'm not uber completionist, but I have like normal completionist and a bunch of epic past lives. I think Strimtom probably has an EK self-healing build for that was hardcore based. And hardcore builds are generally pretty good for first lifers because everyone is first lifers on hardcore. But I have not run that particular build, so I can't, you know, I can't really speak to it. I've been trying to do this challenge for the last couple lives now. And this run, if I am successful, which I'm not like really confident about, but I'm pretty sure I can do it. Barring, you know, nonsense. I aggroed that bench. He is literally kiting me around the pillar. What is this, WoW Arenas? Power word stun. So, where was I? Oh, yes. I'm pretty sure I can do it this run. If I do, I will tie my Paladin for highest skulls I managed. Oh, no group there this time. Nice. Maybe I shouldn't have started by attacking a stone guard, eh? Oh, okay. How did you like Warlock? I've played a lot of Warlock, and I like it. It's a nice entry point, especially for casters, because you don't have to worry about spell points, really, as a blasting lock. Now, if you want to, like, be DC caster lock, then you've got other stuff to worry about, but... So, are you not planning on doing any epics or anything? Or are you just, like, want to try out a couple things to 20 before you want to go through epic levels? Epic levels are generally a little easier than heroics at this point. Or at least early epics are easier than late heroics. West Fire Shrine. Alright. Let's see if you work this time. Last time, for those of you who weren't here earlier, last time it gave us West Fire Shrine, it bugged. And that was our first run of the evening, and why we're only on our 4th attempt now, is that the first run bugged. I got here, I went over to the shrine, it wasn't open. The barrier wasn't there, but the teleporter wasn't active. Alright, Famine and Plague are here. Plague down, Famine down. Cleric down. Oh, there's another guy here, and he is gold, and he is dead. Screw it. Come at me. See, you were toying around with... You wanted something else wisdom-based, right? Because you're doing another Aasimar life? As you discovered, Cleric is pretty damn good. I kind of want to try something else. Okay, sorry, I missed that message. But I have caught up. Yeah. So, are you looking for something that kind of plays the same as Warlock, or something that plays more differently, or what you looking for? We'll pull these guys back. For a little bit. You'll get here eventually. Something different mostly than Warlock. And you played mostly like cone-shaped blaster style. That's just a guess because that is like the easiest like first-time Warlock style to play. Helps a lot to not have to worry about spell points or anything. Just WM1 your way through the game while you learn the quests. So if you want something different, like Warlock has really good sustain damage. If you want to play like an actual nuker, like that will just blow everything up, you could go Cleric or Favored Soul. One advantage to Favored Soul is that it is also charisma based. So if you do TR the Warlock and you have some charisma gear lying around, you can reuse it. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's, or if you want to go, like, completely different and play, like, a Barbarian, then that works, too. Okay. Put this back up, put this back up. And we're going to switch to cold. That... a lot of extra damage. A lot of extra damage. Ooh. That on-hit damage on the Meteor Swarm. Your thoughts always go to Wolf Druid? I've heard good things about Wolf Druid, but I've never played it personally. From what I understand, it's got really, really, really good single target damage. And then, but you level it as Bear Druid, and then you switch over to Wolf. That was my understanding. My understanding, of course, could be wrong. But yeah, playing Wolf, I'm pretty sure that'll get you a way different playstyle than Druid, though. If that's what you're looking for, you can get it that way. Are y'all coming? That's some burst damage. Didn't need for that much. Is it the Salamander? How was hitting for that much? Is it the Despair Reaper? What is it? Okay. Alright, we're back. My network card exploding notwithstanding. Yeah. It is a tough decision, mostly because of, like, how long it can take to level. Like, you don't want to dump a bunch of time into something you don't like, but on the same token, gotta do something eventually. Is that why you were thinking about just trying something different and not TRing? Because that way, because the downside to using an existing character and TRing it is that if you don't like the build, it's harder to get out of it, because it's just like, if I TR'd this character into a build that I hated, it's just like, well, I gotta level it to 20 so I can TR it into something else. But, you know, if it's a first life character and I hate it, it's just like, well, guess I'll re-roll, which is much, much faster. Alright, let's look at the map for the fire node so I can get a look at which direction I'm supposed to be headed here. Alright, we are here. We are going to head straight ahead and to the right. First, second. I'm gonna put this back up. That's a Vengeance Reaper. That's a circle. No, we're just gonna kite this back. With the vengeance there, I don't want to, like, go all in on it. I think that's everything that's close, so we can just kill the Reaper now. Got him. Alright. So, do you have any idea if you're leaning more in towards wanting to make a new character to try things out versus, or do you want a TR? Because another thing to take into account is that different builds will power spike at wildly different times. Like, some builds are going to be really strong leveling and then fall off later. Other builds are going to be like, you know what? I'm going to suck to level, and then I will annihilate things at cap. Right, we're just going to use this shrine because there's no way I'm walking all the way back into the corner to get this one. Alright, so we go back up the junction, we turn right again, and then we turn left. Progress. I mean, yeah, the only problem you run into there is, like, related to what I just mentioned, which is that maybe you would have liked the build at 20, but you hate the leveling experience on it. Like, because that is definitely a thing that can happen. Oh, I shouldn't have walked forward. Well, I kind of needed to kill the Fury Reaper, I guess, but, that's a lot of fire coming my way. Fortunately, they're not champs, so they're not doing a bunch of extra elemental damage on hit. So it's actually not that much damage, especially because... Oh, wait. Something got me with poison damage on hit. Was it the Mephit? I think it was the Mephit. Alright, we're going to turn right again. Come on. Just need to stock up on auto boxes. Sure, right. That is a very affordable and always available solution. But yeah, like, you can run into things both ways on the, well, I want to try it on a fresh character before I, like, commit to, like, doing what? To reincarnating my main into it. It's like, well, it's like, maybe you try it for a couple levels and you like it, but then it turns out that you don't like how it plays later on once it's established. But it can also go the other direction, wherein it's like, oh, I didn't like this, so I don't want to TR my guy into it, but it turns out that it's a build that you like playing once it's got, you know, all of its stuff in place. Pandemonium, you go down, you go down, you go down. It's a little weird that I'm playing like this on R5. It's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna stand here and I'm gonna kill stuff. Like, more than a little weird, eh? Alright. We are here. We need to go down and then hug the left wall. I don't know why the other guys aren't moving, but I mean, I'll take it, I guess. It's nice when the mobs lag and I don't. Double famine. This is fine. Okay, alright. Pulling red alert in R5 Temple of Elemental Evil. No big deal. Just, you know, just Eldritch Knight things. On the left wall. Thought I saw a method. Did I not cast the hailstorm? Looks like no. Okay, we're gonna split this pull. Now we'll walk forward. Get the rest of the fire elementals to spawn. Oh, was that everything? Okay. Yeah, something's up with them, like, not properly attacking me. Which, you know, I'll admit, I'll take a little bullshit going my direction instead of against me. I already had one bug tonight. And then I had, got unlucky on the air shrine. I mean, it's not that unlucky. It's like, man, I got so screwed getting that 1 in 4 chance. You touched, okay. Oh, the Plague Reaper's there. Yeah, so with our like continuous uptime buffs, we're at about 950 electric and 850 cold. We are still running in cold, by the way. Alright. Refresh all the things. Epic moment here. That's Carnage. Take out the Fire Elemental, take out that. Carnage goes down. And now we burn the boss. $80,000 health, not too bad. Alright. Once again, we have made it to Zugg. This time, because we like just used the shrine recently, we are not going to shrine. We're going to save this rest shrine for if we need to de-door out and come back to like refill spell points or something. So priorities. Keep the dot off of ourselves as much as possible. Keep the, don't get hit by the big attack. Yeah, that's pretty, those are the main things. Hit Shardstorm on cooldown. Because I want my uptime. We're still on cold, and I think that'll be fine for now. Alright, take this out. Where's a cleanser? There it is. So I need to not take her below about like 150 or so. All right. Set up our clouds. Oh, that's not good. Not only did we miss something, we missed a cleansing shroom. There's another shroom up. And we started this without our moment. We're gonna put this up. Cleanse. Cleanse again soon. Where's the next shroom? There's the next shroom. Oh, I'm not gonna make it. They're all the way on the other side of the room. Only 2 spawned? I thought there were like 4 spawning. Well, we're gonna have to, we will have to Gibbers and D-Door. So what do we get? Pandemonium. That one's not even a champ. Yeah. So it looks like the Hezu are permadeath blocked. Like even the non-champ. Because that was a question earlier. Alright. So we've got one more shot at this. Oh, okay. Alright. I tried to heal and it doesn't work. Because I used Gibbers. I am undead. And I hesitated because of that. It's just like, wait, why isn't it working? Why isn't it working? It's like, oh, right. It's not working because I can't repair when I'm undead. That's why it's not working. We're gonna actually full buff on this. Because I'm not planning on resting before I go back to Zugg. We're just going to use our ring and head back in. And we will probably D-Door out again shortly before the last minion wave. And then we will shrine. Fire shrine. Fire shrine it is. You know what? Actually, we have a spare shrine. We didn't use the shrine that's right through here, and we didn't use the shrine right before Zugg. So, might as well. At least I'm pretty sure we didn't use the shrine. Yeah, there we go. Let's see. We turn left and then... Okay. Alright. That should be our last gibbers. Because we've got a charge on it, but it's got like 25 minutes left on the cooldown, so... I don't think the Zugg fight is going to take that long. One of us is going to die before that timer runs out. Okay. It's more with feeling. Death ward up. We got 5 minutes left on that. All right. So I think we just have the 3 Hezru left alive. So we should be able to basically just pop Radiant Force Field and kill him. Are you kidding me? The cleansing shroom. There's one. I got champion slowed as soon as I walked in the door and the big attack is going off. The next shroom, is it over here? It's over here. Wait. Where's the next cleansing? I missed the cleansing because the big attack was going off. Alright, we really need the next cleansing. This is just a graphical bug where her shield looks like it's still here. Good. Didn't get screwed this time. Alright, grab another cleansing. We are good to push to next phase. Whoa. Actually got knocked down by Earthquake. All right. Will the despair come to me? That's the question. But I hope it does. Good news is I got a little bit of damage in there on stuff. Not a ton. But hopefully I get some people who teleport out the door and come fight me separately. And we are going to go ahead and grab the last shrine. Left and then right, yes. Takes a while to walk back here. Well, that's what I was going to try. I was going to try Globe of Invulnerability. Problem is, I think it takes off my displacement. Let's test that real quick. Yeah, it takes off my displacement. So I can't really do it while the ads are up. But I might be able to do it. The thing is, I don't know if Zugg like dots and stuff would go through it or not.
Now's a good time to take a breather.
Shrine. This is good. Even with the Despair debuff, I don't have Zugg dots stacking. The despair buff stopped stacking. Okay. The 3 Hezru all jumped me outside. That is really helpful. So what do we have? We have the Despair, we have a variety of dretches, we have the red named, and of course, we have Zugg herself. Cleanse. To get over here. It's like, panic, where is it? Oh boy. I wasn't paying attention for a sec to how low my health had actually gotten. Got killed by the cleansing shroom. I think. There's the cleansing shroom I was looking for. Do a quick 360. Cleansing over here, cleansing over here. Hi, Zugg. for great justice. That's 35%. Let's not do anything dumb and get ourselves killed. Alright. Clean. We had like 5 deaths? 2 deaths. Really? Okay. And of course, because this is the most efficient way possible to get your Reaper XP, there we go. 61 minutes. Or 5. It wasn't the R6 we wanted, but still solid. As before, as we did with the other build, we're going to really quickly go over the build itself. Well, okay, it won't be that quick, but we're going to talk about it. So, what build are we even running here? Well, we're going to start with our heroic trees. So, we are 41 points in Eldritch Knight. We've got just enough in Harper for int to damage, and and we get our trance along the way. We have 11 points in Warforged, so we're picking up an extra 25 universal spell power here. We get some extra health, we get repair amp. It's all very nice stuff. And of course, we come into Vistani for 22 points. Now, these last 2 points of the 22 are the most important. Well, I mean, it's next to haste boost, but we have our crit threat and crit range on daggers, which means we don't need to take this piece out of Eldritch Knight. And we have an extra 5 double strike here. So we've got that, we've got extra W on daggers, we've got some defenses, including fear immunity, because I love fear immunity, and I wanted that. And we didn't take like this for AoE because we're wizard, we have lots of AoE. Notable things that we skipped in Eldritch Knight. We skipped int to hit because we took it over here in Harper. We skipped this. The orbs would have given us a little bit more resists, I think. We skipped Force's Edge because we get our critical threat range from Vistani. And we don't care that much about our spell crit chance here because we took offhand specialization, which means every time we Vorpal, I think it's every time we Vorpal, not every time we crit, we get 100% crit for like 5 seconds. So we've got like 25% uptime on guaranteed crits. And then of course we took our Radiant Force Field cooled SLA and all the cores. A little bit of defenses here. We have this, which gives us 30 spell power pretty much permanently. We have this, which gives us spell power and melee power. And yeah, there's not a whole lot more special about the heroic trees. Now, if we go into our epic trees, there's a couple key things. All of this is relatively straightforward. There are a lot of different ways to do it, but there are some key things that we wanted to pick up. Key things we wanted to pick up. 3 extra spell sword dice for Eldritch Knight. Eldritch Knight by default has 6. 1 every 3 levels. This gives us 3 more, brings 6 up to 9, which is ridiculously good. So that's why we take that. We also want to bypass... we also want some extra spell power here, and I don't think the bypass works for Eldritch Knight weapons, but there's not a whole lot more we would grab here anyway. Some extra spell power, some extra AC, and of course the cores with issue and the spell power associated with those. So then we look at what did we get in Primal? Well, because as you may have noticed in that last fight, Zugg does a ton of elemental damage. She's throwing this spell that hits you for like all the elements. So getting the extra absorb here is incredibly powerful. In addition, making it so that these are 600 absorb, also very powerful against Zugg Moi. Then we took Carrion Swarm. Carrion Swarm is actually really, really strong. I haven't ever used it before, but I figured I'd just start throwing it in for AoE because I didn't care about getting my my single target strike out of Shadow Dancer on mobs. And turns out it's pretty strong. Also, we took Shard Storm. Now, there are a couple ways that we could have done this. We could have gone the fire route and gotten Reborn in Fire for like our 4 seconds of dodge and a big heal. But I decided to instead go for the temp health. And it's like 900 temporary health. When you're in R5, R6, temp health goes a long way. So we picked that up. We got Thrive, which is alright. And then the tree that we're mostly in, which is Shadow Dancer. So some of this is useful, some of it is not useful. So we have D-Door, but we already have D-Door. We have Evasion. Evasion is actually very nice. And because we picked up into reflex saves, we're sitting at 86 reflex saves here in Reaper, which is respectable. You saw that we got knocked down by an earthquake once, but besides that, like the comet falls, all that stuff, didn't bother us at all. So we pick up some extra spell points, some extra spell power. We pick up our mantle. The mantle is not too much at this level, but we really want this 25% incorporeality and 25% concealment. And this concealment stacks with displacement. So you can see that we're running 30 incorporeality and 75% concealment. And the reason that we have 30 instead of 25 is that we got 5 out of our Eldritch Knight tree. I believe it's the 5th core. So, you know, we get immune to energy drain, we get some double strike. I picked up the sneak attack dice just in case I was, you know, DPSing in other things. That doesn't really help us in this particular fight. Of course, this is 6 armor class, and because we did pick up the light armor equivalent for Warforged, this is also good for 6 dodge because it increases max dex bonus. So that's why we definitely want that. We picked up the strikes so that when we're fighting single target dudes like red names and stuff, we can put on meld, and that is 15% uncapped dodge, which is nice. We picked up Bring the Darkness for the debuff. We pick up this, which I didn't end up using much. I use it some, but not much. This is just some extra hit. And let's see, we have our crit multi. We have floating, which helps. You might notice that we never set off any traps. Were there no traps? Or did we just float above them? Who knows? Also, it's 20 spell points. Or spell power, rather. We skipped the DCs because we do not have the points. We skipped Weird because we do not have the DCs. And we took our Epic Moment. Our Epic Moment is very nice. It tends to kill everything. It also gives us 50% incorporeality, as well as all the stuff from this. So our spells do sneak dice. We have extra sneak dice. We get our extra dodge. And we get increased melee range. Like, there's all sorts of good stuff that comes with this. And, yeah. So if we hit that, we go up to 55% incorporeality. So it appears that the extra 50 incorporeality does not stack with the mantle, which seems weird that 2 things you get in the same tree don't stack. But it does still stack with our Eldritch Knight. So it brings us up to 55, 75. And of course, if we look at our dodge right now, we are at 28 because meld is up. So 28% dodge, 75% concealment, 55% incorporeality. It's all very nice. What else do we have to talk about in here? Nothing else to talk about in here. So we will move on to gear. Our gear is a little weird. And by a little weird, I mean a lot of weird. This is not ideal. We are not wearing like a melee set. We are not even wearing a caster set. We are wearing like a defensive set and some odds and ends. So As you may have noticed, we're wearing Legendary Gold Curse Dagger. It's very effective at crowd controlling trash. It gets less so as skulls go up, but it is still very, very nice. You might have seen like cleaves and like 2 or 3 guys will be stuck in gold. It's very handy. We'll go over the filigree here in a second. We are wearing the Immaculate Globe in the offhand. That's 20 spell power because alchemical, so it stacks. And we get elemental resistance off of it, so we don't worry about having to recast our resist elements. We just have it on all the time. And yeah, that's basically what we're getting from our orb. There are probably better orbs, but this one, with the resists and with the extra spell power, was pretty good for me. So we are running Princess Gauntlet. As you can see, we're running 6-piece Winter, and we're also running 3-piece Summer. So that's just because that's the easiest way to do the gear Tetris. This is by no means a optimized run. It's what I can scrape together from what I have. Now, that said, we do have Bound Elemental Ring of Acid, which is very, very strong with a class that attacks fast. We're wearing our legendary Deep Snow for freedom of movement, and it gives us, all of our con stuff and a winter piece. Legendary Tumbleweed. This is our accuracy and dex item. We had a couple options here, but this is what we went with. Legendary Dire Bear, we get good armor off of this. We get Roar, which is okay. We get Insightful Sheltering, which is very, very nice. And we get another winter piece. Another winter piece, Cloak of Winter. It gives us the barrier. We get False Life. We get some Cold Absorb. And of course, we get Life Sealed, which helps protect us a little bit when our Death Ward wears off. Bottle Drainstorm, we mentioned this a little bit earlier. So this gives us our Insightful and Quality power to both electric and cold. You saw us using both of those imbues on our weapons. And it also does Quench, which is why you saw us casting Ice Storm. Ice Storm is there to apply Quench, because I don't know if Sleet Storm applies it or not. Quenched reduces the target's lightning and cold resist, which makes our spell sword dice do a bunch more, because flat damage reduction happens before multipliers. Reducing it resists is very, very strong. This is Autumn. It is our only Autumn piece, so no set bonus here, but it's good enough on its own. We are wearing Rune Lodestone. It gives us our True Seeing. It gives us spell saves. It gives us bypass on Cold Iron. It gives us a variety of things. We could have worn something else here. Like, we could have worn the legendary part of the family neck if we wanted more fort bypass or anything like that. But this gives us an extra winter piece, and it's fine. It gives us a variety of useful things, even if they are not vital things. We are wearing Titania's Glory because we didn't augment our healing amp, we didn't augment our melee power, and it gives us good damage bypass, so that is very handy. But a lot of the stuff in here was not useful. It is our third summer piece though, which gives us fort bypass, and of course the 2-piece for the magical resistance rating. Tinkerer's Goggles. There is only one thing useful to us on this in the solo runs, and that's the intelligence. The Insightful Deception and Quality Deception give us a little bit of help when we use our Epic Moment, because we are invisible and we can actually sneak attack things. Oh, also, you can sneak attack things that are blinded, which is another benefit. So this actually did help us a lot because we were doing Sleet Storm, which is another reason we were doing Sleet Storm. It means we can sneak attack. So we get our Deception bonus, we get our sneak dice, all that good stuff. We are wearing the Bright Sun Augment. We had a choice between Bright Sun and the Winter one, so I could have gotten 30% fort bypass, or I could have gotten more AC to bring me up to... Actually, I think I have it here, right? Yeah, if we go Bitter Snow instead, we go up to 200 AC instead of 176, so this was a trade-off. Now, you might think, oh, well, most of your damage is in your spell sword dice. Why do you care about fort bypass? And the reason I care about fort bypass is my Gold Curse Dagger. Because the Gold Curse Dagger, especially because I want to, like, most mobs in here, it doesn't matter that much. The Elementals, it helps on, of course, because Elementals have high fort. and Reapers have decent fort. But if you look at the Golden Curse, no, not the Golden Curse, Legendary Gold Curse, you see they must succeed on a D100 fort save on each critical hit, or be paralyzed by solid gold. So I wanted the crits to get my Gold Curse to land more. So that's why we did fort bypass over an extra like 24 AC. We are wearing the adamantine bracers. Honestly, they're not that good. The DC 30 adamantine is basically nothing at this difficulty level. The repair amp does not stack with the amp we get from the Princess Gauntlet. And the greater auto repair doesn't actually do much, but it's another winter piece, and we get a little bit of AC and PRR when we repair ourselves. So this piece is relatively weak. This piece is relatively weak. I could probably swap them for other stuff, but I didn't do the gear Tetris to figure out what those pieces would be. So if we lost 2-piece winter, we don't have threat and we don't have constitution. 4 constitution isn't that big a deal. And I don't care about the threat either. So these two things, we wouldn't lose too much by swapping out. But I didn't get together a better set piece. And of course, Quiver of Alacrity. Always Quiver of Alacrity. And yeah, I think that is about it on the build stuff. Of course, Reaper points were split across a variety of things. We took our double strike here. We took spell power. We took PRR. We took reflex saves. We didn't take dodge because we're capped. And yeah, we took int, we took con, we took a strength. And yeah, that brings us to the end. We managed to successfully complete R5. We couldn't quite struggle through R4 R6 to Zugg, though maybe I could have pulled it off if I did more Dimension Door shenanigans. But yeah, there it is. We managed to tie the Paladin and get it on R5.